Now I'm going to show you two different ways to weave on the FAO Schwarz loom. The first way is just plain old one strand weaving. I'm just going to weave through one strand of yarn. I like to use a ruler. That's the easiest way for me. So to get started, I just put the yarn on top of my finger, line it up with the hole, pinch, pull through. Make sure you have a nice long tail. Then I use the other end, and if you notice there's a bar up here, that bar is there to help you by lifting and lowering the warp strands. Let me get a piece of paper to go under here so you can see a little bit better. There, I think that's better. So when the warp strands, when you move this, you twist that, you can see it actually changes which ones are up and which ones are down. Maybe this is the easiest way to show it. Yeah, see there, you can see the gap in between them, and then if you twist it, they change, and the ones that were up go down and the other ones come up. So I'm going to go ahead and go through in between. I'd like to go right up against the wood so you can see what's happening, and pull and pull and pull and pull, and leave a nice long tail just like that, maybe about like that far. So don't pull that through, and you can kind of scooch it down there next to this red bar, but not all the way down. And then we're going to turn it, and when we do this, the other ones go up, and then the ones that were up before go down. And again, I push this through from the opposite direction, so where it came out, it's now going to go in. But I like to keep it up here because it's just easier. That's where there will be the most space. Pull it through. And again, snuggle it down in here. Now see, if you look right here, you can see when I pull it, those start to go together. That's bad. You want these to stay very straight. So you're going to loosen it up, and then use your fingers to just scrunch it down into place next to the other one. Now I'm ready to switch it again up here on this bar. Through. And when I measure the string for this, I do 2 arm lengths. So I stretch my arms out wide with the yarn in one hand, and then pull it all the way across my arms to the other hand. And that's how I measure how much to get. Don't get too much or it starts to get difficult to deal with and knotty. And I'm going to switch it again. And this time I'm going to use the ruler to go like this and kind of pack those down. That makes them a little bit tighter and nicer. And I can pull it on through. So it goes pretty fast like this. And always make sure you scooch it down. You don't want it to be real loose down here. These should be snuggled up next to each other in a row. Now, don't weave the tail through, just leave it. We'll deal with that later. And I'll use the ruler again to just pack it into place. Now I'm going to show you speed weaving. Speed weaving goes a little bit faster. You take 3 pieces of yarn, or 2. Please don't use more than 2 or 3 together because it just gets a little crazy. 3 pieces that are all the same length. I recommend 2 arm lengths, and then push them through like the other one, pull it, leave a tail, and where you came out, you're going to go back in. And you'll be able to see how much faster this goes. Oops, fell out. So if that happens, look, these came uneven. You want to make sure that they stay even, stay together. And make sure that you keep, oops, make sure that you keep a nice tail over here. Don't let them go all the way through. So I'm going to put them back on here. Some kids like to tie a really loose knot like that. Don't make it tight or you'll be sorry later. And you can switch it again. Switch it. This time I'm going to pack those down nice and cozy. Uh-oh, see, I'm pinching it too tight. So as soon as I notice that that's happening, I'm going to loosen it back up and adjust it so it stays straight, not curved. And if you guys desperately want one of these FAO Schwarz looms, we got them through Donors Choose. Thank you, Donors Choose donors. But you could find one on Amazon. I think they're about $20 if I remember right. Maybe it's a good thing to ask for your birthday or Christmas if you really like using it. So that is how you do the speed weaving. Always remember to leave the tails out here, and we'll deal with those in the last step when you take it off the loom.